All right, Ari, what are we making today?
They call it a bean dip.
Yeah,
It's good for like dipping carrots,
yeah, it's been
um,
your favorite
yeah,
lately, right?
things like that.
Yeah, carrots, you like putting it on your cauliflower
Yeah, it's also
too?
good with cucumbers.
And corn tortillas, you sometimes put it on,
Yes, that's pretty
right?
good.
Okay, so let's show. All right, Ari, can you tell us what we need?
Navy beans, tahini,
Mm-hmm.
lemon juice,
Yep.
and garlic.
Yep, some garlic. I use dry garlic. You totally use fresh. This is obviously really similar to like hummus ingredients. And we often do use chickpeas, but actually Ari really loves it with any kind of a white bean. These are really high sodium. I try to get low sodium or sodium free whenever I can. If you are trying to reverse disease, please take the time to cook your own beans from scratch for this recipe or find a no salt version of those. And I would eliminate the tahini, which you can completely eliminate the tahini and it's absolutely fine. This is something my kids pretty much eat, and Ari really likes it with the tahini, and they can always use the calories. So I definitely am happy to put that in for them. But if you're trying to reverse heart disease, I definitely recommend foregoing that. The other thing we'll need here is a food processor, a bowl for storing it in the fridge because it usually lasts us for several days, and then a spatula for scraping. So this is obviously a super fast recipe to throw together. I tend to just throw the entire can in with the bean liquid that's in the can because my kids really like this primarily to drizzle over vegetables. You can also set aside the bean liquid and just use as much as you want to thin it, but I really like using the bean liquid from the can instead of just water to thin this because it just like lends a creaminess to it. We also like the white beans because they tend to be really creamy. Sometimes when you blend canned chickpeas, they're a little bit grainy. I've heard you can peel them. That sounds like a giant pain in the tush to me. So I'm not peeling my chickpeas. I use white beans instead if I want that really creamy texture. If you are eliminating the tahini, one other thing you can try, there's lots of variations of this. You could throw in some cumin. You can throw in roasted red peppers. I've done that before. Just experiment. This is just a template. I use just a teeny little bit of dried garlic powder. Like I want to say a quarter to half a teaspoon. Again, do this to taste. This is for my kids. They like flavor, but not too much. And fresh would be great, but I don't have any. Lemon juice, about 1 to 2 tablespoons. I just eyeball it. And then I usually just throw in 1 good spoonful of tahini for this batch. Sometimes I make a double batch. And again, eliminate if you're combating heart disease or have eliminated overt fats for any other health reasons. Just about that much, not a ton. It just adds a little bit of creaminess and extra flavor. And then I just blend it in the food processor or puree it until smooth. Okay, so Ari, gonna take a little taste, and you can see this is the texture of it when we put all the liquid from the can in. You could totally not add that much liquid and it will be obviously less runny and more like a hummus dip, but it's super smooth when you use white beans and very similar to hummus. So what else do we use this on? Corn tortillas, vegetables. Those are the main things right now, right? And it's like to the point where you request extra vegetables just to eat the bean dip. In fact, didn't you tell me sometimes you eat it by the spoonful?
Yeah, if there's any
Yeah.
left over, like in a
Yeah,
bowl.
kind of like how it tastes. So super easy. I hope you find this recipe helpful. Consider liking and subscribing. Leave a comment below if you have other simple bean recipes like this or variations of this that you'd like to share.